All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Portland Wrestling Radio. Without further ado, let me welcome your Pacific Northwest Heritage Champion, Akbar Abir.
Assalamu alaikum.
How are you doing?
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's very much my pleasure to have you on the broadcast. You know, I do believe my colleague, Alan Stafford, does have a question for you.
Oh, yes, Mr. Allen, please.
You know, you sit here and you wanna go ahead and, you know, you are the Heritage Champion. What more do you want in Portland wrestling?
I want to beat that C.W. Bergstrom's ass and take his heavyweight title. That's exactly what I'm looking to do.
Wow, you want C.W. Bergstrom?
Yes. As you saw last week, he continued to cheap shot me with closed fist punches. The referee, he never called on it. I made him a formal offer. He has to answer this Sunday to see.
You know, I've heard rumor there's a flag match this Sunday, you versus C.W. Bergstrom. Is this true?
No, the flag match is with that old lizard-up skin has-been, that cowboy Tex Thompson. I already beat his ass. I'm not worried. I'll beat him again and continues to focus back to C.W.
Okay, Alan, go ahead.
You know, okay, also, who more do you attribute your career to? Do you have any followers, or do you follow after anybody?
I am a leader. I am the alpha male. I don't follow nobody. The people, they follow me. If I have a mentor in this business, will be all the Arabs who came before me, including Sheikh Adnan. You know, remember the General Adnan Al-Aisi wrestled Billy White Wolf here in Portland. There is, of course, my uncle, the Iron Sheikh. There is many Arabs that came before, and if I have mentor, they were the example. But in terms of following, I doesn't follow nobody except for Allah Almighty.
Wow, you know, very long answers. You know, you've got some great comebacks for Alan's questions. I actually wanted to ask you, you know, how's the training like? I mean, you're part of the First Family. That's Mike Honest's group. The training's got to be, you know, great, like 3-4 hours easily per day. How is the training?
Training is all excellent. We do lots of types of technicalities, but now we understand the basic of the wrestling because we paid our dues. We now watch footage like football game to the Sunday to dissect the opponent. So, for example, last week I was watching many of the C.W. Bergstrom old tapes. Excuse me, the English is bad. But the old tapes, I look for to see his repertoire, to understand what his motive going to be when he's in the ring. And that way, I will be prepared. But I did not get prepared last week for a cheap shot from a good champion like him.
Very understandable. Alan, go ahead.
You know, this is my last question for you that I had. I've seen the movie Aladdin. All I want to know is, can you grant me 3 wishes?
What the JT, Corey?
Wow.
You invite me on your show to have your guests insult me? Who is this fucking guy? Alan, I see you next week. If you're a man, you come in the ring. After I beat the cowboy Tex Thompson, I'll suplex you, break your back, and fuck your ass. Make you humble. Please, Corey, have a respect to have a guest on your show to insult me.
I'm sorry, Akbar. You know, I didn't. You know, Alan, this is the second week you've done this, man. What's going on with you, dude? You can't be disrespecting the guests, dude.
You know, I'm not trying to disrespect.
My uncle, huh?
I'm not in any way trying to disrespect anybody, but I'm sorry, JT. Where are we at? Are we in the USA or not?
What do we have to do? We are doing an interview. You should be a professional. You are trash.
You know, you are correct. We are in the United States of America, but we let anybody into our country with a fair chance, and Akbar hasn't done anything wrong, dude. Why are you stereotyping him?
You know, he's part of the First Family. The whole First Family's wrong. All they want to do is cheat. They want to complain all the time. It's ridiculous.
Obviously, you need to clean your glasses, Alan. The first wish I'm going to grant you is a fist in your mouth. The second one is going to be a foot in your ass. And the third wish is going to be out on a stretcher because your glasses are dirty. You don't see the crap we have to put up with.
I've seen it. I mean, I have to agree with you, Akbar. You know, before you came on, Alan actually disrespected you by thanking Disney for this interview.
Alan, he is the Akhu Sharmota. If Alan was in his old country, they would ride him like they ride the 8-year-olds in Saudi Arabia. They would break him. You understand? Somebody fat and ugly and bald like Alan, Al-Akhu Manyuki, would not last 5 minutes in the Middle East.
Wow. You know, Alan, I'm unable to understand him. Can you hear? Can you understand him?
I can understand him to a point. This is my last thing I'm going to say to him, though, is I'm going to go ahead and let Tex Thompson this weekend do my talking in the ring for me. I'm not a professional wrestler, Akbar. I'm not even going to get in there at all.
خصختك يا اخو الشرموطه كلك سوا بتسوى عيري من فوق لتحت يا ابن الشرموطه انت عارف ابن العرس وامك وبيك بعدهم على عينك.
I can't understand him. I'm going to try and get. I think we have actually on the line the leader of the First Family, Mike Honest. Can you translate what he's saying, dude?
Yes, and I don't know. Are you listening?
I'm listening. I'm here.
My Muslim brother Mike.
Wow. You ever disrespect any member of the First Family, and I will personally come up to your fat ass and slap the taste out your mouth. Now, you best be getting on your best behavior and apologize to Mr. Akbar Abir.
You know, I apologize to nobody, okay? And I take orders from nobody. Okay, Weasel?
You listen, do you know who you were talking to?
I know who I'm talking to.
The dominant wrestling faction in all of wrestling. Ain't nobody better than the First Family. I will personally come up to you. Like I said, I will come to your house. I will slap you upside your big bald head, tell you how it's going to be, and you will accept it. Because you know why? I am Mike Honest, and I tell it like it is. Now,
you know, Mike,
legit, boy.
Mike, I don't mean to cut you off, but I got to say I'm sorry on behalf of Portland Wrestling Radio, you know, on behalf of Bob Spiker, everyone in the company. I've got to say I'm sorry for Alan's behavior tonight.
Well, play it. You know, First Family loves to play it. Always have.
Oh, yeah.
Always will. But when you have this fat, 12-cent eating boob talking crap, I got to defend this. See, he happened to mention all these other teams that Epic War, 8 great wrestlers, will not take nothing from them. Jason Watts, Bobby D, both great single wrestlers. And Mike and Joe Show, who will not be holding those titles very long because they're coming to the First Family. Ain't no doubt. Mike Honest is calling now. Writing book, it will happen.
I did actually want to ask you, you know, you've got the Fathers of Anarchy. It's one of the dominant tag teams in Portland wrestling. How are you training these guys so that they can get those tag team belts?
We are doing like we always do. We are sitting on the beaches of Hawaii with 5 little girls on each of our laps, serving us drinks, driving the best cars, flying in the best planes, doing it First Family style. That's Mr. Akbar Abir. He and I have so much money that we'll never be able to spend it all.
Wow. Alan, anything you got to say to that?
You know, I'm just totally speechless on everything. I'm not going to sit here and get into basically like a pissing contest with the First Family. Okay, the fans tell you how it is, Mike Honest and Akbar. Okay, the fans hate you. There's nothing more to say.